Hello, Facebook. It's Maureen. I wanted to show some major progress that I've been making in the meantime with my weaving. If you remember the last video I made about a year ago, we had basically a portion where it was only 2 or 3 little rows. We have quite a bit more. I'll just turn it sideways here for you guys to kind of get an idea. It's telling me that it doesn't like it when I turn my phone. But you can see the nifty pattern this created, having the variegated warp and then a solid color weft. Warp, of course, being this, the weft being the portion that goes across. So I'm just going to zoom in here for you guys. So you see we have a brown and a white warp and a gray weft. So kind of creates the whole situation. As soon as I'm done with this, and we'll be taking it off the loom, which I'm nearly there. I've only got that much more to go. I'm going to take you up and over. Check it out. There are the strings that are tying it on to the back part of the loom. So we're almost done. So as soon as I am done weaving as much as I possibly can weave, I'll put little tassels and knots on the end just to finish it off. And then I'm going to soak it in cold water. And I am going to agitate it a little bit, because the idea is, I'm going to let this focus here, is that when the water penetrates the fibers, they're going to swell up a little bit. And when they do, it'll solidify the fabric, and any gaps will fill in a little bit better. And because it's both wool for both the warp and the weft, is that the fibers sometimes knit together better when you wash it after you weave it. So it allows it to become one solid piece of fabric. In the meantime, I've prepared patterns, and this fabric is going to turn into a 16th century jacket, or waistcoat as they call it. So in this case, I have spun the wool, wove it, and then I'll be sewing it into an actual garment. So I have this yarn in a opposite color where it has more white and less brown. So I'm wondering if I'll be making a coordinating jacket in a slightly different pattern. But I would have to determine what color I want my weft to be, if I still want it to be silver, because I might end up making the same pattern again, maybe just a little opposite, using the other different yarn that I have. So that's what we're currently doing. Apologize for the shaky cam a little bit. My feline assistant Star was wanting some camera time. So here's what my shuttle looks like. I still have lots of gray left. This is the last spool of it, though. Here we go. There's a good shot. And the neat thing is about this loom, as soon as you're done with a project, you can actually pack it down. Because it's a smaller one. It's only, 24 inches wide. Just to get a bit of scope here, that's how wide my project is, which is probably about 12, 13 inches wide. So I'm going to be laying a lot of my patterns vertically on the fabric after it's washed. But I'm using cool water because we're dealing with wool, and of course if you use hot or warm water you have shrinkage. We want to avoid as much shrinking as possible. But nifty wool, all sorts of good stuff. And I'm hoping that we can see what can happen as far as actually making it into a garment. I'm kind of excited. So that's what I've been up to. I hope everybody has a good night. There's my feline assistant. Say hello, Star. She helps me weave, or likes to interrupt me during the whole process. And sit whenever I'm not sitting. That's her specialty. But anyway, so it's almost done after a year of working on it on and off. So everybody have a good night.